Good afternoon. I'm Denise Jameson. I'm the Vice President of Medical Affairs and the Dean of the Carver College of Medicine. I'd like to welcome the class of 2029 and our distinguished guests to this 31st annual White Coat Ceremony. I especially want to welcome the families and friends of our first-year students who've joined us today. We are grateful to be celebrating this important milestone with all of you. I'd also like to recognize the college's assistant and associate deans, department chairs, directors, and faculty members who are here with us today. Thank you for your strong support of our students. I will also take this opportunity to recognize the esteemed colleagues joining me on stage today. First, I'd like to introduce the University of Iowa President, Barbara Wilson. Thanks for joining us and congratulate our students on this special day. Next is Chris Cooper, Senior Associate Dean for Medical Education in the Carver College of Medicine and Professor in the Department of Urology. Today's keynote speaker is next, Dr. Peg Napolis, who is Chair and Professor in the Department of Psychiatry. And finally, Dr. Allison Lynch, President of the Iowa Medical Society. This is the statewide professional association for Iowa's physicians. Dr. Lynch is also one of ours. She's a faculty member, a professor in the Department of Psychiatry. The White Coat Ceremony is a fitting culmination of Carver College of Medicine's Orientation Week activities. We hope it will be a special and memorable occasion for our incoming students. Students, you should all feel incredibly proud for pursuing a career that's rooted in science and in service. A career in healthcare is a journey that is founded in a deep sense of purpose. When I began as a first-year medical student, I remember being a little bit nervous, but also very excited about the opportunities and the experiences that lay ahead, and I hope you feel that same sense of excitement today. So as you set off on your respective new adventures, there'll be challenges, of course, but there'll also be opportunities. And I believe that you will find, as I have throughout my career, that the lessons and rewards of a medical education will resonate throughout your lifetime. While you're here, I encourage you to embrace the challenges, support each other, find your mentors, explore new paths, and always follow your interests. We take great pride in offering our students many different avenues to pursue their passions, whether it's through a distinction track, research opportunities, or community outreach. No matter your path, our faculty and staff in the Carver College of Medicine are here to support you. We're so excited for you to join our community. You each bring your own unique experiences, skills, and perspectives which enrich our entire college. And if there's one thing that I've learned in the past 2 years since I arrived in Iowa City, and it's something that I'm sure you will also feel, it's great to be a Hawkeye. So please join me in another round of applause to welcome our new class of first-year medical students. So I now have the great privilege of introducing the 22nd President of the University of Iowa, Dr. Barbara Wilson. Under Dr. Wilson's transformative leadership, the university has strengthened its academic reputation, expanded its research enterprise, deepened its engagement with the people of Iowa, and fostered a culture of inquiry and excellence. Dr. Wilson's dedication to student success, faculty achievement, and community service has transformed the university. In addition to her remarkable accomplishments, she brings inspiration, wisdom, grace, and joy to our campus every day. We are delighted that she's here with us for a White Coat Ceremony. Please join me in welcoming President Wilson.
Thank you, Dean Jameson. I'm so delighted to be here today. And in honor of all of you, I wore a white coat. Intentionally. This isn't the color I wear every day. I usually wear black and gold. So my coat isn't as special as yours, and I would never pretend that it is, but I want you to know how proud and excited I am for you and how much I know your journey here is going to be exceptional. We're so proud of you. Hey, you got into medical school, okay? Let's not forget that. And you not only got into medical school, you got into the University of Iowa Medical School. Yes, please. You all are going to make such a big difference in our world, in our society, and in our state. We cannot wait to see how you evolve and what you do with all the skills and the aptitudes that you have. And you have the full support of the University of Iowa as you pursue your study and your practice. As you know, this is a fabulous institution. I happen to get paid to say that, but I actually believe it, okay? As you heard from Dean Jameson, this is a community that celebrates comprehensive excellence, strong sense of community, and a huge touch of creativity along the way. And all of those attributes, I hope, will infuse themselves into your medical education. You're going to have incredible opportunities, offerings that you can take advantage of. And if you have a little extra time, please cross the river occasionally and come on over to the other side. You're there right now, okay, but don't make it another several years before you come over and experience something that will help you refortify and remind yourself of all the virtues here and all the opportunities. You know, our healthcare mission is to help the state of Iowa, quite literally, as well as the country, but we talk about the fact that we are the only academic healthcare system in Iowa. It's a great privilege and it's a big challenge. And you're going to help us with that as you think about your careers and you think about new discoveries and you think about the ways in which you want to fortify healthcare. Welcome to a great and long tradition. We've been around for a long time. We've evolved, medical education has evolved, and the University of Iowa has evolved. But we're here to serve our students first and foremost. And I know that your education will change the way you think about the world and hopefully the way that you think about healthcare. We know you're going to make a lot of sacrifices as medical students. Your journey will be challenging. And well-being is a top priority for us here at the University of Iowa. So take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Spend time doing the kinds of things that will help you manage the stress and the challenges that you're going to face. And we know there are lots of faculty and staff who will help you as well. And you'll help each other. There's nothing like a friendly peer to say, it's okay, we're going to get through this together. So please rely on each other and don't forget to check on each other all the time. Your family and friends will support you as well. And I am so grateful to all the people in this room, parents, friends, families, partners. You're going to support these folks as they embark on this journey, and we are so grateful to you as well. Keep checking on them. If they don't respond right away on their texts, that's okay. We're keeping them busy. But check on them every now and then. Make sure they're doing okay and they're taking care of themselves. So, in conclusion, I want to congratulate you all again. Thank you for investing your future in the University of Iowa, and I can't help it but say, go Hawks. Congratulations.
Good afternoon. Oh, we practiced this. All of you. Good afternoon. Much better. It's my pleasure to be here today. This is such a happy event. And I appreciate all of the faculty, staff, students, friends, and families who are here to share in this truly special occasion. As Senior Associate Dean for Medical Education, it's my job to oversee the selection process of the students who will attend the Carver College of Medicine. And I'm pleased to note that the class of 2029 is truly an exceptional group. As a graduate of this college, I speak firsthand from my experience when I tell you that this is a great medical school. It's truly an outstanding medical school, as some of us discussed earlier today. There are opportunities for growth both inside and outside of the classroom. One of the truly great things about Iowa is its people, and I think students, you will find that the Carver College of Medicine faculty and staff really care about your experience here and will be here for you throughout your medical education. There's also an unparalleled spirit of collaboration among students as well as faculty that makes for an outstanding learning environment. I know that as the college's newest students, you will strengthen and carry on that tradition here and wherever you go. Now, I'm very excited to have the privilege of introducing our keynote speaker for the 2025 White Coat Ceremony. Dr. Peggy Napoles, professor and chair in the Carver College of Medicine Department of Psychiatry. I've known her for over 20 years, we'll leave it at that. She is a physician scientist and holds the Paul W. Penningroth Chair of Psychiatry. After earning her medical degree and completing extensive training in psychiatry and neuropsychiatry here at Iowa, Dr. Napoles joined our faculty. She has built a distinguished career at the intersection of brain imaging, neurodevelopment, and behavioral genetics. Her research uses structural MRI to explore brain development in both typical and clinical populations, including children with oral clefts and those with Huntington's disease and myotonic dystrophy. She has been continuously funded by the National Institute of Health for more than 25 years. She currently leads a major multi-site initiative examining neurodevelopment in children who carry the gene for Huntington's disease. She is a dedicated mentor. In fact, she has guided numerous trainees across multiple disciplines. And in 2022, she received the Distinguished Mentor Award from the Carver College of Medicine. It's safe to say that her work has significantly advanced the understanding of neurodevelopmental trajectories in genetics and early life conditions. It truly is my honor and privilege to have her deliver this year's keynote address. So please join me in welcoming Dr. Peggy Napoles. Go get it.
It's in a bread tin.
Bread tin, just like they said.
And how do I turn this on?
It's on.
It is on. Thank you. Can you hear me? Yes, you can. I'm going to talk out here. I'm not a behind the podium kind of gal. And you'll catch me if I fall, right? I'm looking at you. So when I hear that, I must say, blah, blah, blah. I'd rather be a rock star, and this gig looks like a rock star. I'm telling you. So I am a proud native of Iowa, and I have deep roots in the University of Iowa. You heard I did all my training here, and I've had a long career. I've had a long view of medicine in this institution, so I'm really humbled and proud to be giving you some words of wisdom. So I'd like to frame some of my first comments on the phrase, "Oh, the humanity," right? Oh, the humanity. So that's a phrase that was made famous by a live broadcast of the Hindenburg disaster. So you might be thinking, what are you talking about that, Dr. Napoles? It's a phrase that I'd like to reframe and talk about the burden and the beauty of medicine. It's a phrase that captures heartfelt emotions, joy, excitement, passion, but also fear, pain, and sorrow. All the feels, all the feels. You guys just come from undergrad where humanities and science are distinct, they're separated. But you're about to enter a discipline where those are integrated. Those work together. And although you've had training in both, you've been mostly steeped in the sciences of late. But when you integrate humanities and medicine, you know the ecstasy and the agony, the triumph and the tragedy within the humanity of medicine. This is medicine's special sauce, right? And it captures both the healing and the heartbreak of being a physician. So one of the first words of wisdom I'd like to give you is that enjoy this time. Enjoy your medical school training. This is not a race. You've heard this before. Sometimes there's this feeling I'd rather just get done with my training so I can get on with my real job. But the experiences that I had decades ago in medical school shaped me as a person and as a physician. And this is not just some boomer telling you that I want to relive my glory days of medical school. I don't want to go back to medical school. I'm 63. And I enjoy getting older because as you get older, you get wiser. And I must say, at 63, I might be wiser than so many people in this audience and potentially everybody on stage. Oh, what's up? Just a little bit wiser. But when you experience those things in your medical school, you're going to see some stuff. You will be shook and you will be shaped. Shook and shaped by those experiences. Let me give you an example of one that I remember most. So I started my clinical rotations on urology, and I accompanied a surgeon to tell a young 23-year-old man that the tumor we had removed from his testicle the day before was cancer, and his lymph nodes were positive, which meant it had metastasized. I remember the science bits. I learned the science bits. Whoa, testicular cancer strikes young. A positive lymph node dissection means a different treatment and prognosis. But it was the humanity of that situation that struck me and lived with me. This was a horrible diagnosis for this young man. And it was the brother of my classmate. But it was how the surgeon delivered this news that is indelible on my brain. This was a very large surgeon giving news to a young man lying in a hospital bed. The surgeon folded himself. He sat on the edge of the bed so that he could be present, so that he could give eye contact, so that he could lay a comforting hand of healing on this patient. Oh, the humanity, that was the special sauce. I didn't go into surgery, but experiences like that and so many more like it in medicine will shape you. Shook and shape. I recently had a patient, I was rounding on the psych ward, and I recently had a patient who said, Dr. Napoulos, I remember you from 1995. And you know what he told me he remembered? That I was kind. That surgeon in medical school taught me well. It's the integration of science and humanity that makes medicine so extraordinary. It's the power to treat and to heal, but it is paired with the responsibility and the vulnerability that arises when you reach the limitations of your skill set. You'll find that some of the most difficult experiences, although they might be soul-crushing, are the ones that are most fulfilling. So you heard that I do some work in Huntington's disease. So Huntington's disease is a rare disease. It's a single gene disorder. It's a fatal brain disease. It's autosomal dominant, which means that if you have a parent with Huntington's disease, you have a 50% chance of inheriting the risk for that disease. If you get the gene, you will die of that disease. So in my clinic, I take care of the patients who have the disease, but I also have this interesting opportunity of participating in what we call pre-symptomatic genetic testing. If you have a parent with Huntington's disease, you can find out whether or not you have this gene mutation. It's a very interesting process of being able to be told your future. You come in, you meet with me, I determine whether you're psychologically stable enough to hear that news, get your DNA, and you come back 4 weeks, and I give you your results. 1 month ago, I had an 18-year-old woman. Her mother died of Huntington's disease. She loved science. She wanted to be a doctor. I gave her the news that her gene test was positive. Her future in that moment was flipped on its head. Those experiences in my clinic rock me emotionally, and I love it. Why? That sounds crazy, Dr. Napoulos. It's not because I enjoy the pain, because I find purpose in having the ability to give comfort and guidance to patients when they need it the most. That's your power. I want to talk a little bit about service. So medicine is a service industry, you'll hear that. And in general, at 30,000 feet, that means there's a laser beam focus on the patient, not yourself. But there's three aspects that I want to touch upon. One is equality of service, another is service with humility, and the third is service without selflessness. So when it comes to the first, equality of service, so the Hippocratic Oath, the original one, doesn't have a statement about equality in it, and that's because in ancient Greece, only high society got treated with medicine. But in 1948, the World Medical Association added a statement, which was an equality statement, and it said that I will not let factors such as age, gender, sexual orientation, political affiliation, or social status get in the way between me and my patient. You serve all. That means your own demographics, your own belief systems, your own political affiliations are not invited to the party of the care of your patients. You're going to care for patients who are different than you. They have different belief systems. You need to uphold the ethos of equality, lest you slip down the slippery slope of providing less quality care to those who you might deem unworthy. That's the antithesis of medicine. You serve all. Serving with humility means that you are in a position of power when you are a physician. First of all, you're going to be more privileged than so many of your patients, and even the ones who you aren't more privileged are, they come to you at a point of vulnerability. They're scared, they're frightened, sometimes they're literally naked in front of you. And it's in that point where you make sure that you serve everyone equally. So whether it's the billionaire donor or it's the homeless man, you serve with equal humility. It means that you are not above your patients, you walk with your patients. The last point is important. It's service without selflessness. So selflessness is the concept that you give so much that it's a detriment to your own health, right? So this is a narrative that has taken hold of medicine a lot in the past decade. It's the narrative that medicine, because of its intensity, because of its service nature, can and will lead to selflessness, which can harm you, which is burnout. Have you guys heard that phrase? Physician burnout. Of course you have. I want to turn that on its head. First of all, service doesn't have to be selfless. It requires balance. Look what you guys did to get here, right? You guys are crushing it academically. You're studying for your MCATs. You're probably volunteering, doing leadership things. I'm hoping you're enjoying the spoils of youth and partying now again. You guys are at the top of your game. You guys are so efficient, I can hear your neural circuitry sizzle from here. You guys got this, right? If there's any crisis, I want one of you guys to help, right? You are at the top of your game. The problem is when we talk about burnout so much, so consistently, it feels like we're only starting to market it. Because what happens when you hear all the time, be careful of burnout? This is stressful, you might burn out. By the way, most people burn out. You know, what happens when you hear it all the time? It risks becoming a prophecy. You burn out, you crash out. But I think we can begin to change the narrative by really arming yourself with some mental tools to have some cognitive reframing, right? So instead of hearing stress and burnout, I want you to tell yourself, I'm strong. These sound like hokey, positive affirmations, but it's better than hearing about, how stressful this is. I can handle it. I know it's tough. It's the toughest job I'll ever love. Musical reference, 2007, Seether, you'll rise above this. The biggest issue that I have with burnout is that it misappropriates the term of mental health. Who better to discuss that than the psychiatrist, right? In the past many years, I've heard the term mental health so many times in the context often of physician burnout or on the world stage when Simone Biles got the twisties. I'm a big Simone Biles fan. But the focus on the psychological stress of privileged people is a missed opportunity to instead focus on mental illness. The danger in misappropriating that term is that it perpetuates stigma. Stigma is rooted in the ignorance of the etiology of mental disorders. So you guys just came from undergrad where you learned about physiology. You learned about how the brain works by chemicals and electricity. You learned that the circuitry that allows me to do this is the same physiology that allows me to do this, right? It's the same thing. The circuits that govern emotions, reward, perceptions in your environment, when they become pathologic, you develop symptoms of mood disorders, addiction, and psychosis. It's the same way that the physiology of sugar metabolisms becomes pathologic in the context of diabetes. It's the same thing. However, because brain sciences lagged far behind medicine, mental disorders were relegated not to abnormal physiology, but to personal weakness or choice. I use substances because it's my choice, right? It's the same thing, the abnormalities in physiology. What are the consequences of stigma? Let me review one. It's the opioid epidemic. So I am old enough to remember the Vietnam War, where young men were being drafted and dying. It was a tragedy. The youth of the nation rose. There was protest, there was campuses shut down. And in the 10 years of the Vietnam War, there was 58,000 deaths. That was a tragedy. But in the opioid epidemic, in 2015, we crossed the threshold of 60,000 annual deaths. And in 2021, we crossed the threshold of 100,000 annual deaths. That's a tragedy, but those numbers dwarf the number of deaths at the Vietnam War. Where's the protest? Where's the rise of the youth of the nation? A stigma. Let me do a feeling experiment with you. What do you think, what do you feel when you hear the word soldier? What do you think, what do you feel when you hear the words heroin addict? Big difference. What are the consequences of stigma? They're huge. Stigma has consequences way beyond just being ignorant of the etiology. Most of you won't become psychiatrists, only the cool ones. But you're not going to be without dealing with mental illness for certain in your care. So in these next few years, when you hear the term mental health over and over and over again, often in the context of you, I'm going to ask you to do two things. One of them is to do that cognitive reframing, to know that you guys are at the top of the game and you're going to crush this and ask for more. And the others, I will give you 10 times to talk about the psychological stress of physicians. If just one time you think about major mental illness, what we should be thinking about. What will keep you strong? Actually, Dr. Wilson also touched on this, is that you're going to have friends and families, and really importantly, I want you to look around because you're going to establish friendships that are lifelong. That's what's going to give you the strength and the support to make through this. I'm really privileged this weekend to host a group of my friends. This friendship was forged over 30 years ago at the University of Iowa as we trained in medical school and residency in psychiatry. We're 6 women psychiatrists. We call ourselves the High Priestesses. Where are you, ladies? They're out there. We have seen some stuff. We are fierce. But that friendship was born because of the need and the want and the support that you get from each other. You are going to be forging lifelong friendships That's going to be your power. Speaking of women, life is different for women. Medicine is different for women. One of the ways I'll speak about differences is in leadership, because there's not enough women in medicine and leadership. Now that may look different in Iowa, because we have badass girl bosses. Is it okay to say that, Dr. Cooper? It may look a little different. However, the College of Medicine has been admitting roughly 47, 48% women every year. And in the College of Medicine, there are 26 departments. 4 of them are women leaders. I'm one of those. Now, Dr. Jameson is trying to change that, and it's not just Iowa. These are reflections of our entire country in medicine. And it's not obviously just medicine. So one statistic is that it took until 2023 until the number of women CEOs in Fortune 500 companies surpassed the number of CEOs named John. Okay? That's real, look that up. The other thing is that there's an issue, there's a pay differential for women in medicine. Recent statistics show from Doximity that it's 26%. But let me focus once again, in the name of service, on your patients. Because there has been a sea change in healthcare when women lost their reproductive rights. That affects all women. However, with important societal issues, oftentimes those changes have the heaviest effects, the most negative effects, on those that are most vulnerable. Loss of reproductive rights lays the heaviest hands on women who have low income, women struggling with mental illness or addiction, women of color. So the consequences also extend beyond women, because children born to unplanned or unwanted pregnancies may struggle for issues for the rest of their lives. These are factors that will play out as unique challenges in the healthcare field, in the years that you will be practicing. It'll be important for you to focus on that. Life is different for women. So I'll close on congratulating you on your accomplishments in getting here, and being on the threshold of experiencing some of the most important, some of the most challenging, yet fulfilling experiences, all the feels, oh, the humanity. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Napolis. Don't go away quite so, not quite so quick. You were a rock star. You are a badass girl boss. All right. I would have said woman boss, but if you want to go with girls, all right. And as a token of our gratitude to commemorate your participation here today, we've got you a nice little clock engraved on the back with your name. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
Tough act to follow. So let's turn our attention to the white coat. So students, you'll recall on Monday I told you the white coat gives you no special powers. It's not exactly true. I just didn't want you thinking you could fly, or if you put it on you became invisible or something like that. In fact, the white coat is sort of the opposite of Harry Potter's invisibility cloak. It's actually a cloak of visibility. It's a powerful symbol to both the medical profession and society at large. The way the physician dresses has been an important part of medical practice since ancient times. In fact, Hippocrates advised doctors on how they should dress, saying, quote, "The healer's uniform should imply a professional interest and interaction. It must convey to even the most anxious patient or physician a seriousness of purpose that helps provide reassurance and confidence that medical concerns will be dealt with competently and conscientiously. Students, the white coat symbolizes your transformation to becoming a physician. It is a cloak of compassion and dedication toward your fellow human beings. May it also serve as a reminder of your commitment to your education and to your chosen profession. Today we will introduce the students by membership in their learning communities. The Carver College of Medicine learning communities are designed to allow students to support one another and provide more opportunities for leadership and service learning activities across all 4 years of medical school. They're not walking out, they're supposed to be doing this. The communities also help strengthen relationships between students and faculty, collegiate staff, and individuals in our local community. Each medical student has been randomly assigned to one of 4 learning communities. The faculty directors of each community will now introduce their students for the presentation of the white coats. We will begin with Doctors Paul Van Hoekelum and Anna Schmitz, who represent the Bean Learning community. As they read the names, I will bestow the white coats with faculty directors' assistants. Dean Jameson, President Wilson, and our other esteemed guests will offer their congratulations. Dr. Schmitz and Van Hoekelum.
Thank you, Dean Cooper. It is our privilege to represent the Bean Learning community today. The Bean Learning community name pays tribute to a prominent physician whose legacy is still very evident in the Carver College of Medicine. Dr. William Bean served as the Carver College of Medicine chairman of the Department of Internal Medicine from 1948 to 1971. During that time, building a great academic enterprise that encouraged excellence in patient care, teaching, and research. He was noted for boundless curiosity and a genuine love of learning. His leadership style encouraged, even inspired young faculty to greater heights of achievement than most dared to dream they would attain. And now it is our pleasure to introduce the new members of the Bean community as they receive their white coats. Daniel Akinremi. Olivia Arter. Cyrus Barati. Brooke Bayless. Kaisa Bornhoff. Corinne Bovey. Christopher Seplica. Riley Dijon. Nicholas Dolphin. John Dre. Harris Edwards. Arunity Fernando. Dilara Yarasfor. Sarah Foon. Agam Gill. Grace Halupnik. Jacob Hill. Margaret Huang. Trayton Beam. Maya Jackson. Eleanor Johnson. Elena Jones. Lucy Kim. Asya Langle. Crystal Lore. Mary McCormick. Saba Munir. Troy Nation. Fuak Fu. Madison Sita. Patrick Sullivan. Matt Taylor. Caroline Van Bell. Emma Vandaloon. Macauan Viswanatha. Lucy Westemeyer. Tucker Young. Next, it's my pleasure to introduce Drs. Miriam Murray and Ben Rankin for the Bullware community.
We are very proud to represent the Lowe's Bullware learning community, which is inarguably the best of the 4 learning communities. Lowe's Bullware is an awesome person for us to have our learning community named for. She was born in 1903 and paid her own way through both undergrad and medical school, working during the Great Depression. She then graduated from medical school as one of only 6 women in her graduating class, and went on to be a leader in student health here at the university throughout her career. She also was a pioneer in making sure that patients had a voice in their care and that their needs were considered, and was the person who established the Day of Surgery Lounge at the University of Iowa, which we very affectionately refer to as DOSA, and I actually have no idea why we call it that. But we are so sure that all of these students are going to be very similar to Dr. Bullware in being smart, dedicated, and caring very deeply for their patients. So we're already proud of all of you.
It's my pleasure to introduce the students of the Bullware learning community. Yem Al-Harithi. Lauren Baer. Ryan Berrigan. Michael Beardster. Andrew Bolasay. Haley Chappell. Ben Cooper. Joseph Danos. Sophie Fisher. Sadeep Gade. Emmanuel Ronald Gapio. Emma Gelbach. Caleb Green. Trevor Hughes. Akshaj Joshi. Madeline Clemenson. Lily Lamont. David Lee. Caitlin Laren. Jamil Lockhart. Trevor Myers. Britt Merriman. Abdullahi Mohammed. Edine Muminovic. Malia Patrick. Katya Petrov. Corey Plate. Paige Ransell. Emily Riley. Dominic Rivas. Anna Royer. Lillian Schmidt. Brianna Shainfeld. Gwendolyn Sewell. Luke Tollefson. Abigail Townsend. Manar Yassin. Jennifer Zhang. And now it's my pleasure to introduce Dr. Leslie Brooke and the students of the Phlox Learning Community.
Good afternoon. Our learning community is named after Dr. Reuben Phlox. Dr. Phlox earned his medical degree at Johns Hopkins University and then attended the University of Iowa for his residency in urology. A fine specialty, I hear. He moved quickly through the ranks, and after serving as chief resident, he became a faculty member here and eventually the department chair, a role he served in for several decades. His work ethic and attention to detail were legendary. He was often the first to arrive at work and the last to leave. He was a recognized world leader in the research of bladder and prostate cancer. He had numerous research publications and held many local and national professional positions. Importantly, however, as important as these achievements are, he was also known to be a very caring and sensitive man, one who would show genuine concern for the welfare of his patients and for the professional development of students. It is my hope that the students of the Phlox Learning Community will be inspired by the achievements and compassion of Dr. Phlox while feeling the comfort of a learning community that provides support and camaraderie. Now let me introduce our new Phlox stars. Megan Amen. Lydia Bemnister. Ardith Benu. Sean Carroll. Parapa Choprasid. Edward Quao. Daniela Del Bosque Sier. Eric Dorn. Alejandro Garay. Gabriel Garcia. Michaela Gibson. Lauren Gray. Lauren Harrington. Abdulrahman Homden. Sonia Chun. Aditya Joglaker. Corey Karasik. Isabel Kidd. Daraj Monica. Did you? Chase McInville. Benjamin Meyer. Jenna Mosnick. Natalie Nelson. Bakir Noor. Asmi Patel. Isabel Perez Sandy. Callison Rochford. Taryn Rodman. Rachel Rosonki. Santo Roy. Ethan Stallman. Nathan Steimel. Mary Thomas. Kyle Trinnell. Joshua Weber. Gabriel Weigel. Hannah Zida. Hannah Ziff. Now it's my pleasure to introduce Doctors Katie Harris and Charles Rappaport for, what am I blanking, Macauan Learning Community. There we go.
It's all right. The Macauan community celebrates the career of Dr. Jenny Macauan, who was one of the first women to enroll in and graduate from the University of Iowa Medical Department in 1876. Dr. Macauan serves as an inspiration to medical students today by way of her service to the community. She served as the director of the Hospital for the Insane in Mount Pleasant, Iowa, and later as a private practitioner in Davenport, Iowa. She founded the Iowa State Society for Medical Women to dissuade theories that linked insanity in women to disorders of the female organs, encouraged children's interest in science by founding and supporting the Lend a Hand Club in Davenport, Iowa, which assisted working class girls and young women, and developed an interest in tuberculosis prevention and treatment. Dr. Macauan is still a role model to students today, and the Macauan learning community aims to continue her reputation for community service. The Macauan community hopes to inspire the next generation of students just as they have been inspired by Dr. Macauan.
I'm very pleased to welcome all of you to Macauan community. Ahlam Abduweli. Reed Adahar. Jonah Albrecht. Ala Ali. Tatiana Anderson. Aiden Atkins. Ahmed Baig. Baig. Jordan Bales. Ashley Callahan. Regan Damaris. Lena Depping. Braden DeShriver. Parker Fryer. Sean Graves. Sophia Heiser. Alexander Johnson. Preston Johnson. Vivek Joshi. Samula Jung. Lauren Kimmel. Jack Klitgard. Mallory Lane. Grant Leach. Michaela Lewis. Charles Mascardo. Olivia Masterson. Elizabeth Meyer. Jasmine Miftahoff. Sarveen Musakani. Crystal Jarage. Reese Rosenmeyer. Keegan Stab. Ava Stepanovich. Natalie Thompson. Ariel Weber. Angela Wong. Helen Yu.
There is perhaps no greater social duty than the one a physician accepts. Physicians hold unique knowledge that requires years of study and a constant desire for continued education. Members of the class of 2029, when you decided to become a physician, you made a promise to practice the art and science of medicine faithfully and truthfully. You've agreed to accept the duty of helping your fellow human beings. This is not a promise to be taken lightly. Whether we make a difference one patient at a time or through research and discovery that will help many people, we must always remember that promise. The Hippocratic Oath, named for Hippocrates, the ancient Greek physician and father of modern medicine, was created to emphasize the promise that you have made. Our college has been celebrating this oath since our first white coat ceremony in 1995. I urge you to think about the true meaning of this oath as you join me in making this pledge. So students, please now stand and then turn and face the audience and join me in reciting the Hippocratic Oath. I do solemnly swear by that which I hold most sacred, that I will be loyal to the profession of medicine and just and generous to all, that I will lead my life and practice my art in uprightness and honor, that into whatsoever house I shall enter, it shall be for the good of the sick, to the utmost of my power, I, holding myself aloof from corruption and from the temptation of others to vice, that I will exercise my art solely for the cure of my patients and will give no drug, perform no operation for a criminal purpose, even if solicited, and far less suggest a thing. That whatsoever I shall see or hear of the lives of others, which is not fitting to be spoken, I will keep inviolably secret. These things I do promise, and in proportion as I am faithful to this, my oath, may happiness and good repute be ever mine, the opposite if I shall be forsworn. What a terrific response. Thank you so much for your participation in our ceremony. This concludes our ceremony. Please remain in your seats until the students have recessed, and let's have just one more hearty congratulations to our medical students class of 2029.
you.